Good morning. Happy Saturday. She's not fluffed yet, okay? I'm slowly working on fluffing. And so far, she hasn't been extremely messy on the floor. I don't know why the tree is a she, but she is, okay? But I can change it to colored lights, and then I can change it to where it goes back and forth. And then I can change it to flashing lights. So yeah. Did I need a 7.5-foot tree? No, I did not. But I looked at her next to the 6-foot one, and the it looked like it was about that tall. And I was like, well, that's not a big tree. I don't know, I was overwhelmed. But yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful, and I can't wait to start decorating her. But that's gonna have to happen later today, because I've got to go run and get some things, groceries, you know, food. If you require food around here, apparently. But I'll be back, okay? Okay. Hi, it's me again, out on a walk with Penelope. So I went to Home Depot yesterday, and I looked at all the trees, and you saw in the beginning the tree that I picked, but it had a number on it. It said easy to find your tree or whatever, T6. So I go around to the other side, and you would know that I can reach to touch the box, but I can't pull the box because it's up here. I don't have that much strength in my fingertips to pull the box out. So I stood there for a minute looking around thinking, well, surely someone will walk this way. Walk this way. Talk this way. No one walked this way. So then I went out and I walked down the aisle, down over here and over here. I'm like, can I just find somebody that has an orange vest on that can help me get this tree off the top shelf? Finally, I see this man. He's over there by all the Christmas stuff in an orange vest. I said, I beg your pardon, sir, but when you're through with her, can you help me get a tree? I didn't say it like that. He said, yeah, where are they? What? I realize you might be seasonal help, but we're standing right here at the Christmas trees, sir. Really? I said, they're over here. So he goes down the aisle and he's looking like this. I'm like, dude, that's all the statues and stuff. If you turn your head the other way, there's trees. Lots and lots of trees. So I said, no, on this side. He's like, oh. He goes walking past it because I told him the number. I said, no, it's back here. Let me guide you every step of the way to get you to the tree. So he finally gets it, and he's like, oh, this thing's heavy. And he dropped it in the basket like it weighed a basket. Now I'm calling it a basket, the buggy. Like it weighed 400 pounds. And I thought, ooh, how am I going to get it in the car and home and out of the car and in the house? I know I can get them to load it, but if it's that heavy. So he walks off, and I look at the side of the box, and it said 30 pounds, and I was like, excuse me, sir. Charlie weighed 30 pounds, Penny weighs 20. I can lift 30 pounds. With one hand, I did. Now, I know it was heavier coming off that top shelf, but still, I was like, no. That did not deserve the dropping that you threw upon it into the buggy shopping cart trolley. No, it did not. So I got it in the house. But I did take a video while I was at Home Depot that I will insert for your viewing pleasure. Do not ride. Well, that foils that plan. I found a tree. I'm at Home Depot. And it's blocked and it's lit. It's lit. Not that kind of lit. Okay, we're back inside from being outside in the frozen tundra. Ish. But I'm gonna go get all my running done. So don't expect that tree to be done by the second video, okay? Because I'm going to take my time fluffing and hanging the ornaments and doing all the things. And the girls didn't come last night, which means they're coming tonight. And I don't want that to even be in the peripherals of them helping me. So I'll probably have to hide everything, because I know that sounds terrible, but I don't want help. No. But anyway, that's it for this one. I'll be back later, okay? Stop woofing at me. I'll be back later, okay? Okay. Hello. Perhaps you've noticed perhaps you've noticed that I changed since this morning. I had on that cute little top, but it's got these flowy sleeves, and I had to wash dishes, and I thought, good Lord, them things will be elbow deep in water. I can't wear that shirt because I ain't no rolling it up, because y'all just hold on. Let me use one of the mini phone holders I have. It starts about right there and splits the rest of the way, but, you know, it comes up around here. Anyway, it don't matter, but it's a real cute shirt. But I thought, I can't wear that and work on that tree and clean and, you know, do the things that you have to do when you're off. But I did go to the grocery store, and I did get a few groceries. Not many, even though the not many still cost me $140. Ugh. I was thinking this morning, I don't know, well, I do know. I was watching Catching Up with Kim on YouTube, which is Lester's sister, for those of you who watch Lester on I'm a Survivor, Longhorn Lester's. And her and Gigi went to this Indian reservation in Texas. And it took me down a road of, back in the day, traveling with my mama. And it took me to the trip that we took. We drove from here to Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia. She had always wanted to go to Colonial Williamsburg. Personally, I really had never heard of Colonial Williamsburg, but, I mean, I had, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a vacation destination for me. A spot. Yeah. But she wanted to go, so I was like, okay, cool, let's go. So we drive up there. Well, I just want y'all to know, now this was years ago, I just want y'all to know that is one of the darkest, absolute darkest places I've ever been. And I have been in Yellowstone, which is also very dark. But the difference between Yellowstone and Colonial Williamsburg is very populated, okay? At least when you're out in the middle of Yellowstone in the dark, you understand why it's so dark, because no street lights, no nothing. Well, I guess because, and like I said, this was years ago, it could have changed since then, but it was, I guess, set up to be like it was in colonial days, so they didn't have any street lights. And also, it's the home of William and Mary College. So my mom and I, we got there, we checked into the hotel, blah, blah, blah. We'd go riding around, and then we would go back to the hotel and decide what we were going to do the next day. I'm looking at the map. Okay, this was paper map days, okay? And I was like, oh, it's only about that far to Virginia Beach. Let's go to Virginia Beach tomorrow. It was a long way to Virginia Beach. It was a very long way. But we did go through that horrible bridge that goes under the ocean. Y'all have told me the name of that bridge so many times, and I still can't remember it because I have blocked it from my memories. Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, Newport News, over to Virginia Beach. It was fall. It was cold. So we just looked at it and turned around and drove back. But my point of all that is, every time we went somewhere, we got lost. And all of the signs, it didn't matter what street we turned on, it would say, welcome to Colonial Williamsburg. Welcome to I was like, we can't get out of Colonial Williamsburg. This is like Groundhog Day. It's never changing. We can't get away from Colonial Williamsburg. It was it was actually quite funny, but also quite scary because I couldn't figure out how to get anywhere because it was a bunch of one-way streets and very confusing. But we left there and we drove back. We wanted to drive home the Blue Ridge Parkway, which again was about that far on a map. Maps are very deceptive, okay? And I was a lot younger then, and I didn't really understand that that's not a short distance on a map. So we drove all the way over from Colonial Williamsburg to the Blue Ridge Parkway to start driving home. Well, it's a long way once you get on the Blue Ridge Parkway just to get to North Carolina. I was just very blown away by the distance of things on a map, okay? But while we were in Cherokee, we finally made it to Cherokee, North Carolina, where we spent the night. But we got lost, of course, because I get lost just about everywhere I go. And we rolled up on the Cherokee Indian Reservation. And we turned on this street, and I guess they were all out front drinking. They were a-drinking. And all I wanted to do was turn around and go back the other way. Well, here they all come running to the road, and they were all hollering and screaming at us, and I thought we were about to die. So I whipped in and backed up and took off, and I was squealing tires, and my mom was squealing, laughing at me because I was terrified that we were about to meet our untimely death. I don't know why they were running towards us screaming. I mean, for all I know, there could have been like a bear attached to my car, but I didn't care because I wanted to get the, what, out of there. We survived, obviously, but that was quite a trip, and probably one of my last trips was I can't remember if Yellowstone was after that trip. It might have been. But I'm not good at reading maps, is all I'm saying. I'm real good with, like, the Cobb County map when I was working dispatch. But I'm not good with state maps, especially other states that I don't know. And I don't know north, south, east, and west unless I'm standing right here. I can tell you from my living room, east, west, north, and south. See, I know that because I know the county. And I know that Cherokee's north of me, and I know that Fulton's south of me. But don't get me out in another state because I'm going to get lost, okay? Anyway, that's it for this one. I just want to tell y'all about our trip in case I hadn't before. But anyway, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. Toodles, my noodles. Stay silly, my friends, and smile. Piss people off, make people happy, or just make them wonder what you've been up to. Have a great day. Goodbye.